people in those states that voted for Trump.
We can disagree about the fact that the numbers are certainly not in his favor right now, polling-wise. I'm just saying.
Come see me in 2020, Clay. I'm interested
Girl, I
to
will
have
be
that
right here with you. I plan on it. But you understand what I'm saying. We're still playing to our ends, and I think what you said is wonderful. We do have differing opinions, but if we keep shouting in the end zones and nobody's, so what about you? I mean, how do you? Because I have to assume that, yes, we say what we want to say because we are proud of what we believe, but we do have to at least sway some people to not only see it our way, but to understand that maybe your way is right or your way is right. What works for you?
Well, for me, I think it's important to focus on the one thing that really does unite all Americans, regardless of their ideology. And for me, that's the economic situation. Whether you're on the left or the right, the decisions that our lawmakers make in regard to how we're taxed, what our wages are, that affects all of us. And I think that there is a lot of frustration. I mean, I feel it myself when it comes to the unfair system that we have in place right now. The system is really rigged against the worker, right? There is much more focus on, the tax cuts and the protectionism for those at the very top. And so for me, look, this isn't about like, oh, I want to demonize those on the right. This is about, hey, how do we find solutions so Americans can prosper? And this whole thing about education, I just want everyone to understand that it's not about giving people handouts. It's about making this country stronger. If you want innovation, the best way to do it is give people access to education. And when I use the word access, I'm not talking about the way corporate Democrats use access in regard to healthcare. I mean genuinely giving people free public college. So if they have some intellectual curiosity, if they have a passion, they can actually move forward and pursue that. And unfortunately, all those opportunities have been.
Do you know that most of the small business owners, never went to college? Do you know that many of the big time companies, the big tech companies, they dropped out of college? Do you know that, Anna? College isn't the end all be all to everything. It is for some people. It is in some disciplines. Other than that, I agree with it. Colleges are the ones that are ripping off the people. It's not the government that's doing it. It's colleges and universities that are ripping off American taxpayers, American families, by the absurd amount of money that they're charging for the very little in education that they're giving back, especially now, where the 99.99% of our colleges lean so far to the left that if they continue to do so, they're going to slide into the Pacific Ocean. Slide right off the embankment, folks. So don't give me this crap once again, that we got to give free education. Another stupid, idiotic, moronic, retarded talking point from the left, and it placates people. Oh, you're going to give me free education. Once again, who's going to pay for the damn education? Who's going to pay for the professors? Who's going to pay for the lecturers? Who's going to pay for the buildings? Who's going to pay for the taxes? Who's going to pay for the custodial staff? Who's going to pay for the the TAs and the RAs? And who's going to pay for the people that are helping the professors? Who's going to help the proctors? Who's going to help? I mean, the cafeteria, the food vendors, the people that everything about. Who's going to pay for all that? Where's that money going to come from?
Shut down. I want to have a discussion about how we can open those opportunities up again and create a stronger country.
Do you ever get scared when you share your opinion that? Do you ever get physically afraid? Are you worried? I mean, are you worried? Tell me about that. As you're talking about politics, it's so polarizing. People say some nasty things. Does it worry you?
To be honest, I'm more concerned about my family than I am about myself. The threats are very specific. The doxing is terrifying. And, if something happens to me, that would be terrible. But if something happened to members of my family, it would be far worse. And so, my nieces and my nephews are my life. And I want to share them with my fans, and I want to share pictures and celebrate their birthdays publicly, and I can't do that out of fear that someone's actually going to carry out an act of violence and hurt them. So yeah, the fear is real, and I think that this political climate has made me extremely paranoid, and I wish I weren't that way.
Do you get scared? I mean, I know you got your gun, girl, so I ain't worried about you there. But do you not get worried? You're very polarizing, of course, and you speak very strongly about your opinions. Do you get worried at all?
Well, I've had things actually happen to me, so it's not a worry, it's actually a reality for me. But yes, at the end of the day, it is, but I would feel horribly if I sat on a stage next to someone like you and you, who I watched on TV. I won't say how old I was.
Please
but
don't.
to say that, you know, I'm a victim, yes, sometimes I have been a victim, but I get to do, in my opinion, the greatest job I could have ever hoped to have. So yes, I get flack, I get backlash. My family, I've been doxxed, my family's been doxxed, I've had death threats, I've had things thrown at me, but I still sit here and feel incredibly blessed that I get to do this, because there are so many people who don't get to do what we get to do and live their dreams like we get to live them. So I will take all of those bumps and bruises, I will take the heckling, I will take the name calling, because quite frankly, I'm very blessed that I just get to do this in general.
And I think both, I'm not going to speak for both of you, I'll let you do it yourself, but I think both of you and most of the people who you work with and that you work with recognize that the folks who are doing what you're doing are doing it because you have a passion for this country, and you have a passion for this country, and you have wildly divergent views, but both still want for America the best, for America to be the best that she can be. And I imagine that those of you who are here today because you also want the best for the country and for it to be the best that it can be. And despite the fact that some of you may cheer more loudly for Ana and some of you may cheer more loudly for Tomi, I do believe that, I know that both of these ladies know, and I hope everyone out here knows, that they are friends backstage, you know, and that we all should be as well. So, I mean, if you want to speak to that, both of you, we're out of...
Oh my God, 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 Clay Aiken, interjecting, talking so much, verbal diarrhea emanating. Anyways, part 5 got their points across, talking about, you know, basically in terms of either way, you know, where their passion for what they do, you know, Clay asking in terms of, you know, are they scared or whatever? Ana basically saying that, you know, yes, she is. And, you know, listen, that shouldn't happen. But unfortunately, that's what occurs in this country. The doxing, the rhetoric, when it becomes amplified, you have to be aware of, you know, what's going on. You can't just, like she said, you know, she wants to share things that's going on with her family, but she's afraid to, which I understand, because you have nut jobs on the extremes of every, you know, political identity, you know, ethnic class, you know, skin color, any group or organization. You got nut jobs and whack jobs, okay, on the fringes. Same thing, you know, Tomi says, although she carries her gun, okay, whatever. So, but she said she's been, you know, verbally abused, physically abused, altercations, things thrown at her. So yeah, the fear is there. But I liked her answer where she said she gets to do what she gets to do, which is great. And if you love what you do, if you're passionate about what you do, you're passionate about your job, whatever it is, then this country allows you to do that. And, you know, to go ahead and continue to do that, it's just the greatest blessing. And I love what I'm doing as well. So with that being said, appreciate you taking the time to watch. You've been watching the Dr. Nasir Shaikh Show, and I've been the guest host for today. My name is Dr. Nasir. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, hit that like, share, and follow button. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Notification bell so you get all of our content, all of our different politicon debates and other reaction videos and current news events videos as well. I'll leave you with my final thought, which is, when you're right, you're right. And when you're left, you're wrong. We'll see you again next time, folks. Take care and stay safe.